A lot of significant events took location in 2017, consisting the retire of Zimbabwe's CEO Robert Mugabe and such changes in the Gambia and Angola. Not to overlook a trial's cancellation of the president poll in Kenya, the at first in Africa. We include as well informed on stories of tragedies and innovative, but there are several of the unknown stories of the history year. A Kenya man depicted consuming githeri, a famous food of cooked corn and beans, that is fill, nutritional and inexpensive, for Kenya's poll in August, obtained popularity for fair-looking common, Martin Kamotho's carefree position, decorated in a easy coat, in his cheeks convex of the githeri filled in his jaw and his leftward brush transport a polyethylene pouch, endeared him to lot Kenyans. He provided lot things to various human beings, but Lotmind the constructor was the daring, light-hearted and always so merry person of an ordinary Kenya. Mr. Kamotho is now wide-named as Githeri Person and has been an inspire for few memes. His instantaneous celeb statute saw him displayed on regional TV stations. In his circulation increasing by the date, Kenya companies saw a sale prospect and desired to be related in him. He has so far been talented earth, a pay feast in the nation's renowned Masai Mara garden, and smartphones for his household. Mr. Kamotho was though amongst 59 countrymen who acquired a president gratitude for their facility to the nation for Kenya's Autonomy Day celebrations. Onto the everyday nationality paper, the confer was set up to honor human beings who include shown sample qualities or artistic achievements of valor, patriotic or management. Several Kenyans are yet wonder which Mr. Kamotho in fact did to credit such an honor. In April, a Nigerian way security organization disciplined a elder captain following he was shot Punisher woman employees by cut off their length wool. Photos show the man captain take a couple of pair of scissors to the female's wool at an examination pageant sparked indignation on the internet. Down there female were seemingly in violation of rules steering the hairstyles of women personnel at the Fedway Security Corporation, FRSC. An FRSC representative told the officials activity was external the organization's credentials. A overall admonition utilized by evangelic chapel leaders to their congregations is how they should be love thermostats not thermometers. The last measures he time the X changes it. Christians, these evangelic preachers tell, should thus impact the behavior of human beings about them. A new southward African chapel is yet stimulating the perceptual by targeting drinkers and smokers, whose manners are usually shunned by evangelicals. The Gobula Chapel in Johannesburg has outdoor its doors and bottles to these groups of human beings, serving them ale for services, Southward Africa's ENCA news story website informed. The chapel's Archbishop Tsietsi Matiki told how the chapel was a ultimate location for drinkers and smokers. Yet, Southward Africa's Parasol Chapel Justice denied the new chapel, ENCA informed. Onto a term of the Gobula Chapel, alcoholic is just service to such who are at low 20-year ancient, 2-year over the age adopted by Southward African Act. In June, police force in Mozambique alerted hairless men to be alarmed following accountable how they had been the targets of ritualistic killings. The police force captain of Mozambique's center Zambezia Provincial alerted how the attacks were related to a faith how hairless men's heads include At low 3 men had been annihilated while we informed the history. Police force had as well detained 2 suspects implicated in the ritualistic killings. A go by MPs of Uganda's steering side NRM to correct the basic law to shoot the top age range for president candidates was resisted by fists and kicks in parliament. Opposition lawmakers say the go to peace the range is portion of a story to precise the way for CEO Yoweri Museveni, 73, to run in the 2021 poll. By the present basic law, a man permanent for CEO must be no more than rather than 75. Kawangam Kano Wabunj Wa Uganda, Wabunj Wa Africa Kuzanai now Walyanesha Yakweo. Wabunj Wapanzani MPs of the opposition Economical Liberty Fighters clashed in Safety Men in February as they neglected few telephone call not to violate CEO Jacob Zuma's country of the nationality address. An intensive fight ruined out as the safety men taken to throw away the lawmakers. They eventually controlled to shoot the lawmakers, but it was a sight. End of YouTube position by ODN. Sudan's moral police force raided a individual side in the Equity, Khartoum, in December and found female tiring pants. The 24 female were detained and loaded in obscenity, but the extortion were after omitted. The attack had been carried out by a police force block in accusation of enhancing moral. If the female had been condemned, they could include florid penalty of 40 lashes and a penalty for tiring and indecent gear. Rights activists say tens of thousands of female are detained and flogged for obscenity each year, and laws can be attached randomly. They say the law in Muslim-majority Sudan versus tiring pants and brief or tightly skirts discriminates versus Christians. Historically, female in Sudan carry friable flow robes. Campaign participant Amira Osman said Netherlands-based wireless Dabanga the Social Procedure Act disrupted females' rights. Same side took location in a close room in a house in El Mamoura, southward of Khartoum, she told. Same girls were detained for tiring pants, in spite receiving a allow of the authorities to the side. The officer of British soccer crew Stockpile, Arsene Wenger, continues to share the clubhouse's supporters, on the mainland and in another place. In November, largest Zimbabweans were worried in the war absorption, and thousands marched via the gateway of the Equity, Harare, to consumer demand the retire of length-time lead Robert Mugabe. Several took the period to consumer demand how Wenger should as well move downward. But it had been a topic through lot of the year. The was spotty for a soccer play in Ethiopia, on April 16, days following Stockpile lose to humble Chip Castle in an British Prime League matchstick. The mark as well done an exterior in a Kenya piece of music gig, of all places, a Kenya man perplexed lot for days following he gave eyewitness accounts to 2 deadly accidents, in 2 various components of the nation. A image of the person's 2 decorum on regional TV was wide share on public print. The man who identified oneself as Dennis Mugai gave an interviewing to individual TV following a deadly chopper collapse on October 21. In that at low 5 human beings were annihilated. He was once again the major eyewitness for a November 7 deadly collapse in Murang'a, in center Kenya, several 200 kilometers, 124 meter, off of the at first crash, in that a regional governor dead. He said else TV plant, NTV, how he was a occupant in a police force car while the crash happened and gave a comprehensive expense of which he cut. Police force after detained Mr. Mugai for impersonating a police force official, regional print informed. It is not precise which has happened to him with